Good day and welcome to our lesson. Today we are talking about place values. What is place values? Place value is the value of the digit in that specific place when we are talking about numbers. Now we need to know a specific word. This specific word is digit. Digit is the number, is any number, but it's only one number. So 10s, 20s, 30s, those are not digits, but 1, 8, 6, 2, 4, those are digits. Okay, so digit is only one specific number that's smaller than 10. And that is what we're going to talk about when we're talking about place values. So place values is the value of the digit in that place. So let's look at a few numbers. If we look at 325, okay, so we have 325. We have a 3 here, we have a 2 here, and we have a 5. So we have 3 digits standing in front of us. Altogether, those 3 digits make a number, but these are still 3 digits standing by themselves. Now we need to actually find the value of this number. Okay, so we know that if we read it, 325. So you can automatically hear there's a 300, there's a 20, and there is a 5 if we have to break it up like that. So we have 325. Okay, so there we already see what their value is, because we have 3 times 100, we have 2 times a 10, and we have 5 times a 1. Okay, if we were to work on it as blocks, then we would have 10 blocks of, or 3 blocks of 100. So you have 3 blocks of 100. We would have 2 blocks of 10. And we would have 5 ones. 5 ones. Okay, so you can automatically see there's a very big difference in what they are worth. Okay, but now we need to separate this number into their place values. We normally have a table like this, where there's a place to write the hundreds, a place to write the tens, and a place to write the ones. Okay, so let's start writing these numbers. Just want to change my color of my pen. So if we look at this number, we have 325. We always start at the ones, and if a number is written down like this, it is quite easy to write that down into a table format. We have, how many ones do we have? We have 5 ones. How many tens do we have? Tens is normally the next number. Tens, we have 2 tens. And how many hundreds do we have? We have 3 hundreds. Okay, do you see that it's quite easy to write this down? Let's look at our next number. So our next number that we have is 8. Let's do 120. So we have 120. Okay, so 120, which means if we need to work it out like this, we would have 100 plus a 20. Okay, which means we have 1 times 100 plus 2 times a 10. There is no ones because there is a 0 over there. But hold on, how are we going to then write it in our table format? Let's start with the ones, as we normally say. We always start with the ones. So we have 0 ones, which means we need to write a 0 over there. Then we have how many tens? We have 2 tens. 2 tens. And how many hundreds do we have? We have 100. So there we have 120. Okay, can you also see that there are 3 ways to write down place values? We can add the numbers together, or we can multiply and add these numbers together, or we can write it in a table. So there's 3 different ways of writing out your numbers in place value format. Okay, so let's look at our second last number. Our second last number is 565. Okay, so 565. So let's read 500, 65. So plus 60 and plus 5. 565. Okay, what's the other way of writing it down? We have 5 times 100. 5 times 100 pieces. Then we have 6 times 10 pieces. And we have 5 ones. Okay, so 565. Now we need to write it in our table format. How many ones do we have? We have 5 ones. How many tens do we have? We have 6 tens. Okay, and how many hundreds do we have? We have 5 hundreds. Okay, so it's quite easy, isn't it? Let's look at our last number, and then you can do your worksheet. Please remember that everything that I write down on this page should be showing in your notebook. So exactly how my page looks here, that is what your page should look like in your book. Okay, remember to write the title on the right hand side, on the left hand side, and remember to write your date on the left hand side. I'm not writing a date because this video is going to be used for many times over. So you write your date on the right hand side of your paper, and you also underline it. And then the left hand side you write place values, and then you start writing what I'm writing here. Okay, get in the habit of making your notes. Let's look at our last number. Our last number is 304. Okay, so 304, let's write it down in expanded form. We have 300 plus 4. 304, 300 plus 4. Another way we write it down is 3 times 100 plus 4. And that is it. Now we need to write it down in our table. So we start with the ones. We have 4 ones. Then we need to see what our tens are looking like. We have 0 tens, so we write down the 0. And then how many hundreds do we have? We have 3 hundreds, which means we write the 3. Okay, so I hope you understand how to do this. Please look at your worksheet, fill it in, and we'll see you again later. Bye.